Vamos a bailar. Okay, so here I am. Patricia, Peas Hot Dish here in the kitchen. Oh, this music. Santana. It is Taco Tuesday. So I have my props, my candles, Virgen de Guadalupe, Jesus, Sacred Heart of Jesus. Of course, my little Vámonos Guajira, vamos a bailar. So those are my props. My music's in the background, which I think I really should turn down because my neighbors are gonna think I'm crazy as I'm dancing over there. Okay, bear with me. There. So I'll just have it in the background. But the bad news about that is that it's gonna make me want to dance. So I'm gonna have to maintain my composure. But here I am in my kitchen with all my ingredients. Taco Tuesday, so I'm gonna make tacos. So let me set this up here for a moment. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. Actually, I'm gonna come over here. The lighting's better because I don't have the window behind me. So what do I have? I have my pans here. This is gonna be where I'm gonna cook my fish. A little bit of ghee butter. Remember the ghee, right? I like to use the ghee. Cooking the fish. The fish is white fish. It is New Zealand lingcod. So New Zealand is a source of pristine waters and pristine fish supply. So that would be my first choice. You can use any other white fish. You can even use salmon, blackened salmon, and make blackened salmon fish tacos. But right now I'm going to keep it really simple. So I have my pan for cooking the fish, and then I have my organic Mexican, very appropriate, Mexican Fiesta seasoning, my salt and my pepper, and then I have my hot oil that's been heating up really hot for my, what am I going to do with this one? This one I'm going to make the tortilla shells. I have my Food for Life sprouted corn tortillas, non-GMO organic. You want to make sure they're non-GMO and organic. And if you don't want to use corn, because not everybody's eating corn these days, understandably, if you're going to eat it, it's got to be certified organic and non-GMO. And I offer that you consider eating it sparingly. But I also have the real coconut tortilla flour or coconut tortillas that are made by Daniela Hunter. Again, muchas gracias, Daniela Hunter, for bringing these to the world. I'm not going to use those today, though, so I'll put them aside. And then I have some other things. I have a little bowl of fresh organic salsita. No, I didn't make it, but that's okay, another time. Then I have my revolutionary, earthy, majestic sprouted hummus. And I'm going to mix that with my salsa to kind of make more of a sauce. And then I have some fresh cabbage, some chopped cabbage, a little cabbage salad. It's actually a leftover, but you want to use cabbage with your fish because it's a beautiful combination. And if you don't like cabbage, you can use shredded lettuce, but fish and cabbage go very well together. It's rather traditional. And then I have some little sliced avocados. You could make homemade guacamole, and maybe I'll make that another time, but right now I'm just keeping it quick and simple. And then, of course, I have my very vibrant, organic, healthy cilantro, which helps for heavy metals, getting rid of heavy metals in the body. And then, of course, my pieces of fish. So that's that. Let's get started here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this is actually too hot. I'm going to put my fish in the pan and I'm going to start cooking it. The pan's been heating, so it's been heating on low, but I'm going to put it on like medium low. Oh, I also want to say something. You probably noticed something different about me today. I woke up at 4:20 this morning. Yes, 4:20. 4:20. Anyway, I woke up at 4:20 this morning, and I knew I was going to do fish tacos because it is Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Este día es el día de los tacos, she says. But anyway, so I thought, you know what? I always just kind of pop out of bed and with bed head and, you know, no makeup or anything. Thought, screw it, man. I'm going to put on a little bit of blush. natural, of course. And these freaking false eyelashes, they're really trippy. They look like big spiders. I actually used to wear them when I was younger, but anyway, here we go. Oh, and then I forgot. I put on my lovely diamond earrings. See those? See those? I bought those diamond earrings for myself when I got divorced. That was my gift. So anyway, here we go. So I'm dressed up. So, try not to dance too much. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fish in the pan. Because the fish is going to keep cooking while I'm making my taco shells. Bear with me. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Love that song though. Makes me want to shake my booty. Anyway, I won't do that. Okay, so here we go. Fish. I already rinsed it, patted it dry. And I'm just going to place it in here very gently. Woohoo! Because it's hot. And then I'm going to add this piece. And then this piece. There. Now, that is going to go over here. And I'm going to rinse my hands with some soap. Oh, see, I actually dressed up for you. Makeup, which I rarely wear. I'm wearing a skirt, and then I got my little booties on with the treads so I don't slip in the kitchen. That would be horrible. So anyway, check it out. See that? There. Got a nice little sizzle going. Yeah, okay, now. And because I don't always do this, but I'm going to do this for time purposes. Once again, I'm going to put a lid on it, and I'm going to leave it a little ajar so some of the steam can come out. And that's on low. But anyway, back here, back to the taco shells. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on again because it was getting too hot. I use coconut oil. Okay. You can also use ghee, but I thought the coconut oil would be nice with the corn tortillas. And then you could use avocado oil. What other oils you can use? You can use organic lard, which I use sometimes because it's organic and the pork is pasture raised. So anyway, here's how you make the homemade tortillas. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. I'm just going to make one for now. To think that my mother had 7 children in the family, and when she made tacos, oh my God, she probably had to make about 2 each for each of us and then my dad. So she was making lots of tacos and taco shells and tortillitas. But anyway, so here we go. Back to the to this pan. So I have my tongs. Oh, I want to show you something else. This is how you can tell your oil's hot. You take a wooden spoon and you just kind of dip it in. Okay, it did get a little cool. There it is. You see the little bubbles coming off of the bottom of the wooden spoon? That tells me that my oil's hot. So, put that aside. Putting the shell in with my tongs. Oh yeah. Flipping it over so it's nice and soft. And then, you can see it bubbling in there. So let's see if I can angle this without dropping the phone again. Anyway, camera phone. So here's the test. It is actually a test for me because I haven't done this for a long time. So to make the taco shells, I have my tongs and I have a spatula. And then I'm just folding it over in half. And I'm holding it there with the tongs for a moment. So it starts to get a little harder. And then I'm flipping it around this side. See, can you see that a little bit? And see how I'm starting to shape my shell using the spatula? See that? Yeah, you can see that. There. So you want to be an artist. A taco shell artist. I'm going to turn the fire off, the flame, because once again, it's really hot. So the taco's going to keep cooking. Of course, if I were making more, I wouldn't turn it off. But see how I'm using both tools to shape the taco shell. And it looks really good. And then while that's kind of crisping in there, flipping it over one more time. If you want to flip it over occasionally so you can get both sides, that's looking good. Turning it up a little bit more, only because we're on the camera, we're limited in time here. I don't know how much longer you're gonna watch me do this, really. You might get bored. But again, you might have fun like me. So it looks pretty good. I can feel it. It's a little soft. If I want a little crunchier, some people prefer soft tacos. You'll cook it up a little longer. But for me, that's probably about right. And it feels crunchier. So see that? Look how easy that was. And again, that you saw it here, brothers and sisters. That took like a couple minutes or less. So there you go. So then you take it and then you put it upside down on a little dish. See, look at that beautiful taco shell. Put it down on a dish, a plate with a napkin because some of the oil is going to drain. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over here. So you never want to have the handles out like that, because if I come by there and I knock it over, or my sleeve or something catches it, it could be an ugly, dangerous accident in the kitchen with that hot oil. So I'm going to move the handle out of the way. And I'm going to come back here and check my fish. Oh, that looks lovely. You see that, right? Okay. So because I had the lid on, it kind of started to poach it a little bit, steaming it and poach it. But that's okay, because I'm going to take these pieces anyway and I'm going to break them up to make tacos with them. So now let's move the camera over here. See if I can angle it this way this time. All right. So there we have it. I'm gonna flip them over gently. See how gentle I'm being? Yeah. You want to have patience in the kitchen. And then I'm going to flip it over. Oh, nice. Starting to go a little flaky. It's getting a little flaky. Okay, you want the flaky fish because that means it's starting to, cook. Oops, drop that fat boy. They're chunky. These are fat, chunky pieces of cod. They're actually beautiful. Very fresh. Okay, so there's that. See that? See, mira. Look. All right, so there's the fish. Now, angle this a little more. I'm going to add a little bit of spices. Like I said, my Mexican spice. And my mother and grandmother will flip in their grave if they see me using this. Because when they made traditional Mexican food, they used real spices. This is real. It's just that it's not as fresh because it's sitting in a jar. But they would use comino, which is garlic. That's ajo. Garlic and comino were two of the main spices. Garlic, in Spanish, is ajo. And they'd chop it up. They'd use fresh comino seeds, cumin and garlic. And oregano, make great Mexican flavors. So what my grandmother would do, my abuelita Celia, she used to take first she took the comino, my mother too. She took the comino, the dried, fresh, they were dried whole cumin seeds, and she'd just pour actually she'd take a fingerful and she'd throw it in the molcajete. The molcajete was little stone bowls, and then you had a little rock grinder. And mortar and pesto is what the Americans would call it. Mortar and pesto. Well, in Spanish it's a molcajete. So anyway, she would throw the seeds in, cumin seeds, and then she'd grind them up with the hand grinder, the pesto, whatever, the fat rock. It was a little rock. And then after it was kind of pulverized, then she'd add some fresh garlic cloves, and then she'd blend them together and make like a paste, and then she'd take a spoon and then she'd throw it in with the fish or the carne, the meat, whatever she was cooking. So in this case, I'm being slightly floja. Floja in Spanish means a little lazy, but actually it's for time purposes. When I get my professional cooking show, my health and wellness alternative cooking show, I'll have the proper ingredients and more time and great editors too, and cameramen. So anyway, that's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little spice jar and I'm going to just spice it up now. Just like that, like that, like that. You can hear it sizzle a little more because some of the spices are falling on in the pan. And then of course your typical pepper. This is organic pepper. All right. And then some freshly ground Himalayan sea salt. So I'm going to turn the flame down a little low, and then this is how you can tell if it's done. You don't want to like pick it with a fork and taste it, which you can. So we don't stand on ceremony. I don't stand on ceremony in this kitchen. En esta cocina, in this kitchen. So you can test it by poking it with a fork and eating it, or you can touch it like this on top. And if it's, it'll start to get firmer. If you touch it and it's really mushy, that means obviously the fish is raw. You just kind of want to pat it a little bit like this. And yeah, that's getting more cooked. All right, so again, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna turn the flame off because the pan's really hot. Stainless steel. It's really hot and it's gonna continue to cook. I don't want my fish dried out. There's nothing worse than dried out food. Because first of all, you cook all the healthier enzymes out of it. Raw food is optimal, but we like to have a combination. Me, myself, and I, the three, the triune, the Trinity of Patricia. I like to eat a little bit of raw and cooked, which I'm gonna have in my taco. The cabbage is raw, the ingredients in the cabbage is raw, the cilantro is raw, the salsa is raw, and then of course we have the cooked tortilla shell. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, perfect for a taco. Nice crunch too. But anyway, save it for later. So there's that. I'm gonna come back over here, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my little bowl here. Said I don't want to drop my phone again. I did that last week. And then I'm gonna mix in. I'm gonna do this because this is just kind of tastier and fun. You don't have to. You can just put a little bit of salsa in your taco. But I'm gonna take this sprouted hummus spread, and I'm gonna put a little bit in the bowl like that. And I put, I don't know, you can see that. On this side, here it is, there it is. Okay, just a little spoon, teaspoon. And then now, let's put the camera over here. Actually, no, let's put the camera over here. Don't fix what's not broken. It wasn't broken when the camera was here, meaning the method. Well, not the method. You could actually see, and then I moved the camera to the other side. And then I'm gonna take my salsa and probably about another heaping tablespoon full. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix it up. See? And what's happening is I'm just creating a richer flavor, like almost like you could even call it like a little spicy taco sauce. And it's very healthy because you have the hummus, sprouted hummus, garbanzo beans. You have the ingredients in the salsa, which are healthy, organic, garlic, onion, cilantro, tomatoes. Don't want to eat a lot of tomatoes though because they have lectins. But anyway, that's for another show. So there it is, just a little teeny tiny mixture there, right? You can see that. Yeah, see that? Okay, so that's gonna be my taco sauce. And then I'm gonna open up my little container of already pre-chopped cabbage. Got a little bit of carrots in it, some more cilantro, so got a little bite of that. Healthy, rich, yummy goodness. And then some olive oil and lemon juice. So that's my cabbage topping. And then of course my pre-sliced. I do the prep myself. I don't have a kitchen staff or a sous chef, but that's okay. I'm all of the above. Multi-talented Patricia. All right, so, and then I have my little cilantro, so I'll just pick that off in a minute. So how do we prepare the tacos now? Let's get this ready here. So what we do is we're gonna, yikes, I almost touched that with my fingers. That would not have been good. You must be alert in the kitchen, highly conscious. So if not, you'll have injuries. I can put this up here because it's not too hot now. So flipping that over, my taco shell. Coming back to the fish here. Back to the fish. You can see it right there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a fork, so don't go away. Fork. Okay, and then I'm going to keep it simple. Yes, well, I can cut it up in here, but because I brought it in advance, heck, I'll do my plate. So I'm going to take one of these delicious looking pieces of fish, probably this one because it's a little thinner. I'm going to place it here. Oh yeah, and then there's this wonderful au jus. Au jus is the natural juices from the fish and the clarified butter. I'm going to just drop a few of those juices on over the fish to get it a little more moist and to add actually it's deliciously, I could tell it's deliciously moist. I'll show it to you. Scoot that handle out of the way. Remember, we talked about handles. This is okay, it's not too hot, so I'll place it down here. And look at that. Look at that, bros and sisses. Yeah, it's nice and moist. It's also beautifully flaky. So that's my fish for my fish taco. That was really easy, right? Tell me it was easy. I believe so. And then all I'm going to do is just kind of use my tongs. I could get a fork or a knife and cut it up, but why not? Why not use my tongs? It's working. So you're just going to kind of cut it up in beautiful little pieces. And this is beautifully moist. You can see how moist and juicy it looks, which is lovely. Like I said, you don't want to ever overcook anything. It tastes dry and yucky. You don't have the beautiful flavors. So that's nice and moist. So from there, I'm going to take my taco shell. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Damn it all to hell, I need a camera crew. That's okay, it's okay. You got to make do, you got to make do. Okay, so let's angle this a little higher. You see the fish here. Fish, taco shell. Bringing this over here in case there's any drippage. If there's drippage, it's going to be mess for me. More of a mess for me to clean up. So, taking my fork, dropping it, grabbing some chunky pieces of fish with my fork. Screw that. I'm using my freaking fingers. They're clean. This is my home. I don't have to impress anybody with using forks and knives that way. This is home cooking, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Patricia. Man, I am on fire today. I don't know what it was. Let's see what, last night I had an incredible bath with about 3 cups of Epsom salt, about 4 different essential oils, frankincense, lavender, serenity, and peace and balance. And I soaked for 30 minutes in the hottest water I could. It's like, ugh, got out all woozy doozy. So that's probably why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling today, because I got great sleep last night after that hot bath. So here you have it. Putting that back in there because my fingers are a little smushy smush. So I'm going to rinse them off. And then I'm going to come back here and finish dressing my taco. So, you see that? Fish is in the taco, all right? And the beautiful taco shell that you observed and witnessed me making. So what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm going to put my cabbage in first. And it doesn't matter what order you put it in. It's all going to go in your freaking belly anyway. So, some people have a method to their madness. My madness is pretty all over the board, depending on how I want to feel. I almost put the sauce in first. Then I said, nah, just put the cabbage. So there's that. And then I'm going to grab some of these little pieces of, avocado here that I'd already pre-sliced. See, so you get your good healthy fat in there. And I'm just going to smush it in there. I was going to try and make it all pretty, but yeah, so I'm just going to smush it in there. And I'm going to put about 3 pieces. You can put as many as you want. I do love avocado. And then I'm going to lick my fingers because I can. Remember, this is my cooking show. I can do whatever the heck I want. You're either with me or you're not. All right, So there's that. And then now I'm going to take the little salsa and sprouted hummus dressing, and I'm just going to dab some on top. All right. Of course, we can't forget the salt. The sal. Salt. Sea salt. I had some mushy avocado on my finger, so wiped them off. And then sprinkle a little bit of salt. And then, last but not least, as I angle this camera here, to the best of my ability, I'm just going to take a few sprinkles of this cilantro. And it's really not necessary to add more because I had it in the, cilantro was in the, in the cabbage blend that was used for the tacos. And then it's also in the salsa. But what the hell? It looks pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it looks pretty, doesn't it? With the little cilantros. Right. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? I'm gonna take a bite, as I always do before I sign off. But I have braces, and I'm eating a hard, crunchy shell, so don't tell my holistic orthodontist, whatever you do. Thank you. Thank you, fish spirits. I'll start here. Oh. Well, I must say, Taco Tuesday, huge success. If you like this, stay tuned for more. Until then, until we meet again, goodbye, friends. Adios, amigos.